Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kickstarter in the current year. We're still in a very slight sort of interesting project drought, so, it's, as usual, there's a lot of AI projects, and there's a couple of decent projects also being started on Kickstarter, as I mentioned last week, but we aren't going to be looking at any of those. We are going to be looking at, well, an AI project, but a very peculiar AI project, and it's titled AI Warzone Call of Survivors, with the subtitle of College Indie, Free Mobile Game plus NES 8-bit style plus exciting ARPG plus Souls-like plus L plus ratio. That doesn't say that, but it should.
Hi everyone, I'm a 19-year-old college student and an Indian game developer. Both my dad and my brother are huge fans of NES game, Jacko and Grandius. Playing games with them is one of my fondest memories.
I'm gonna start off by saying everything she says in this video is actually just her reading off the exact same thing that's written on in the project description. That's a bit lazy. I'm not a big fan of that. Also, yeah, a portion of this video, it's just the video is already only like 50 seconds long. And a portion of it is devoted to just her, like, messing around and being all, like, playful and stuff, and there is something to be said about that. There's something to be said about the fact that this is the thumbnail for the project. And you might be saying, "Oh, come on, Walter. You're not gonna be that guy, right? You're not gonna be insinuating that the only reason that an attractive young woman would have a cutesy picture of her on her Kickstarter thumbnail, superimposed on top of the actual image that's supposed to be of the game idea. The only reason that she would do that is to bait some simps. You're not going to be insinuating that. Yes, I am. I have every reason to do so. Especially considering that this is the second time this project has been launched, and if you look at the project image the first time, it actually doesn't have that on top of the image. And the project raised $0, 0% funded, and then she canceled it and launched this project. Huh. I wonder what gave her the idea to do that. Listen, I'm not going to be knocking anyone for the thumbnail game. We're all playing it, especially as a YouTuber. I understand the importance of a good thumbnail and a catchy title and all the rest of it. But at the same time, when you're directly asking for money, it does seem a bit disingenuous to just plaster an image like that on top of what is an AI-generated image, by the way. We'll get to that as well. And I think it doesn't speak very highly of a project when you feel the need to do that. On YouTube, I get it. You're playing a YouTube thumbnail game. You're trying to play the algorithm and getting clicks. That's all fine. On Kickstarter, I feel like you should be able to just attract attention with the project itself without needing to do that. That's the reason why I'm pointing it out. It's not that the image itself would be that much of an issue, were it not her trying to sort of put a little chocolate cherry on top of the shit cake that is the rest of the project. That is the only reason why it is noteworthy in the first place. If the rest of the project was great, there would be no reason to point it out. I think I had too much of a reasonable take over there. What I meant to say was, women, am I right?
It seems like Konami may have moved it on from these two beloved series. So I have decided to take matter into my own hand and create something special for them.
Now, if you were like me and you had never heard of this game she's talking about, Jacko and Gradius, it is an old NES game that was like a top-down thing with like some dudes like shooting guns. I don't know. It's like I didn't really bother looking into it that deep. It does look like it would play kind of similarly in this arcade style than the game that she's about to pitch. I say pitch, she's not really pitching much here, but it's it's an obvious homage, and she acknowledges the homage, and that's a big thumbs up for acknowledging the very specific influence on your project. One good girl point there. It sounds wrong. If I had said good boy points, it would have sounded completely fine, but me saying good girl point, that sounds fucked up, doesn't it?
Now, welcome to AI Warzone.
why is the project called AI Warzone? Now, if you're very cynical, you might have immediately thought, well, it's called AI Warzone because a lot of this shit is AI generated, including this project image here. Wow, but that's a subversion of your expectations, because actually, the reason why it's called that is the game background here. In 2028, artificial intelligence has replaced the majority of human jobs. Computing power has reached the point of having autonomous consciousness. The presence of AI has gradually filled human lives. Some AIs that possess control over machines have begun to awaken and have decided to replace humans as the new masters of Earth. Thus, the super intelligent AI robot Uber-Lyft fucking Uber-Lyft, are you kidding me? Started the human replacement program through exploiting human income among other actions. There's one thing that artificial intelligence will never understand. What sets humans apart from machines is that humans will never give up hope. The resistance has already begun. Now welcome to AI Warzone. So actually it's a story about overthrowing AI and not relying on AI and fighting against it. Does the project use AI? Well, yes, it does. Why do you ask? How is that relevant? How is that pertinent to the message of the game? I don't see how that would be relevant, actually. This game about overcoming AI and not relying on it, and all that. Using AI-generated image schlop? Ah, nah, man, come on, just shut up. Also note the fact that there is no use of AI section at the very bottom. There is, however, the risks and challenges section, which reads, a game of faces for all ages. So that's the main risk, I think. There's a bunch of garbage down here, just some AI-generated images, one image of actual gameplay that we kind of saw in the little trailer there as well. I mean, at least the game exists. That's more to be said than about, like, most of these AI-generated projects. At least the fucking game exists in this one. There's also this section about mini-games. The game features popular mini-games from around the world. These can unlock game characters. Perhaps you'll find the leisurely mini-games to your liking. Wink. Great selling point that you ripped off like Bejeweled or Candy Crush and put it in your fucking game. Features popular mini-games from around the world, meaning that it's just generic brand ripoffs of other freaking games that exist. I don't see how this is a selling point. If it's a mobile game, you can just play better versions of whatever this is anyway. On to the reward tiers and the funding goal real quick. The thing is, this project only asks for $500, and it's reached that goal. It has $599 raised from 5 backers. You know, it's only got 22 hours to go, so that's about as far as it's going to get. But I am a bit curious, because if you look at the reward tiers, there's 3 reward tiers, right? And for a start, it's not very clear what you're going to be getting, because it talks about 1 random character card, or 7 character cards, and it only ships to the US, although this is supposed to be like an in-app thing, I'm pretty sure. Are you sending physical cards or just in-app cards in the freaking game? I have no idea, because this is clearly some kind of, or supposed to be some kind of game screenshot. Again, it's a bunch of AI generated images, but that's what it's supposed to be. So why is it only shipping to the US? And secondly, if you go through the tiers, and the third one is for $999, where you get to customize an NPC, and mind you, you're not going to really be able to fucking do that if it's going to be so heavily AI generated. But nobody's backed at that tier, obviously. Nobody's backed at the $5 tier, and 2 people have backed the 7 character card tier for $30. There are 5 backers on this project. 2 of them gave $30, so that's $60. So that's $539 that haven't been accounted for, and all of that has been given by 3 people who, for some reason, have decided that they don't want to, back at any of these tiers. On top of that, chances are one of those fucking backers is the $1 bot, so that's actually just 2 people backing for, $500 for no rewards. That seems a bit sussy, doesn't it? So I did the very bare minimum of investigation to look at the Kicktrack stats, and would you look at that, 2 of those backers two of those backers came in on day one, right as soon as the project launched, and donated over $400. Huh. How about that? And again, chances are one of those backers was probably the fucking $1 bot that goes around Kickstarter. The day one backing amount in total was $421. So probably $420 from one person and $1 from one fucking bot. Am I insinuating that perchance this project was initially backed by the creator? Yeah. It's either backed by a creator or someone trying to rip off the creator, and either way, it's not going to end well. The project is only going to barely break the amount that it was trying to raise, which means that they're not really going to be making any money if they put their own money towards it. They still have to make the game, and they still have the obligation towards those two people at the $30 tier to deliver those 7-character cards, whatever the fuck they end up being. And it's, again, unclear if they meant in-game cards or real fucking, like, physical things. It's almost like maybe someone should have, like, looked over the entire project one more time to make sure that there was no fucking ambiguity about it. It's not really, like, an unusual thing for something like this to happen. All I can hope for this young college girl's sake is that the initial, like, $420 does actually come from herself, and isn't like the work of some kind of scammer that is about to pull a pledge and just completely screw her over and screw her out of like a ton of money, because that is actually currently like a pretty significant trend on Kickstarter. But yeah, either way, it ain't looking too good. And it's not always the best idea to set your backing goal to such a low amount, because guess what? The project might end up being actually funded, and then you actually have to fucking follow through. That's going to be doing it for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and tune in next time. The weekly videos aren't going anywhere, so if you tune into these, and I do see a couple of people tune in regularly, even though they don't seem to be subscribing. So if you want to help out the channel, go feel free to do that, and share this video to your favorites college girl, and I'll see you on the flip side. Computing, and I really hope that you have an equally vague understanding, but also like a very intense interest in it. Let's just watch their terrible pitch video and then see for ourselves.
Envision a future where the power of quantum computing is within your reach. ASIX Quantum is turning this vision into reality.
Even he fucked up saying it. He said it as like, ASIX Quantum. ASIX Quantum. What did he say?
ASIX Quantum